Superstorm Sandy has just made a landfall on the southern coast of New Jersey in the United States. The U.S. National Hurricane Center has said the superstorm lashed the United States East Coast, bringing life to a halt. The wind speed is around 85 miles per hour, and the storm surge is 11 feet above the normal high tide, and there are major shutdowns, extensive power cuts in 11 states. Over 2 million people are without power. The New York Stock Exchange has also been closed for the second day today. And in fact, let's go over to Sarah Jacob for more on this. Sarah, what's the situation like at the moment? Superstorm Sandy is now being downgraded to a superstorm from a hurricane, but it has made a landfall on the southern coast of New Jersey.
You're right. Forecasters are saying that Sandy is no longer a hurricane, but let's just be very clear, it's still extremely dangerous here in New York City. You can hear the winds howling. You can barely stand in the streets, not so much because of the rain, but because of the stinging effect of the wind on one's face. The National Hurricane Center says that Sandy is a post-tropical storm, that it's losing strength, but you've got to remember, even at this stage, it is traveling at sustained winds of 85 miles per hour. So think about that. That's like driving a car at 135 kilometers an hour speed. And like you said, the eye of the storm has just landed in New Jersey, and it's going to last throughout the night. So at this point of time, there is no preparing or planning how you're going to ride through the storm. Where you are is where you're going to have to stay through the night. And New Jersey's governor, for example, and Mayor Bloomberg have had some very tough words to those people who did not heed the attempts of authorities of preparing and evacuating or going into shelters. They're basically saying that now you're going to have to just stay where you are overnight. Rescue operators, the lives of the service providers like the firemen and etc. can't be put at risk because you all or the public did not listen or heed the warnings of the authorities. So like we said, it's going to last for a few days. That will slow down recovery activities. Power supply is out in many parts of the East Coast. The question is, how long will it take for that to come back up? Again, we have to keep in mind that elections are just a week away, so this is extremely bad timing for the power supply to be out, as many states have started the process of early voting. Electrical connections needed to operate the subway may be affected, so we don't know when life will return to normal. But for now, Mayor Bloomberg here in New York City is just focusing on the present. He'll deal with tomorrow's problems tomorrow, but right now the focus is on trying to get through the night while Sandy still, lashes through New York City, and trying to make sure all New Yorkers are safe, they stay in, and they stay safe till the morning.
Right, Sarah, and also that both Obama and Mitt Romney have cancelled their poll campaigns. A real chance for President Obama here to show his political leadership just ahead of those November 6 elections.
It's an extremely crucial time in the election. We're just a week away. This is the time for both candidates to make their closing arguments. But with Hurricane Sandy or Tropical Storm Sandy hitting the East Coast, President Obama's campaign team is very well aware of what happened with President Bush when the Bush administration did not respond thoughtfully enough to Hurricane Katrina, and his presidency really was marked with a black spot and it never really recovered. So the Obama campaign knows very well that this is no time for any missteps, and any sort of ineptitude towards Hurricane Sandy at this point of time could be irreparable to his campaign trail. Both Mitt Romney and President Obama have changed some of their campaign plans for the day. President Obama has gone back immediately to Washington. He's overseeing FEMA's response to Hurricane Sandy, now no longer a hurricane, but still very serious here in New York City and in New Jersey and in Delaware. So President Obama focusing on that first. In fact, he was asked by a reporter at a press conference earlier in the day, how will this affect the elections? And he was really quick. It was almost prepared. He immediately shot back saying that's not his concern right now. He's not focusing on the elections. The only thing that matters is are the lives of American people that might be on the line, in the line of fire from Hurricane Sandy.